speaker on our panel is past District Governor Larry Sundaram, and he speaks on a very important subject, TRF funding. TRF funding.
Thank you very much. I've traveled halfway around the globe to come here to share just one idea with you. I imagined if I had this great inspirational speech as we had yesterday with all these things to do, and I was past Rotary President Kalyan Banerjee, I would be scratching my head and say, where could I get the money? And he would reach for a beaker, being a chemical engineer, and try to rub it to try to get a genie to appear. And someone shows up. And Kalyan says, "Are you a genie? Next slide, please." And he says, "No, I'm not a genie. I'm a district governor and I'm a genius." And Kalyan says, "Do you grant wishes? Next slide, please." And he says, "No, I wish for grants." You want to improve a lot of schools? Not that fast, please. Let that slide. Lots of funding is going to be needed. But projects give your members a reason to call their friends and relatives. And as you know, any money that people give can be multiplied any number of times. I've conservatively said 3 or 4 times. Let me give you an example. I did a Happy School project in Karur in South India. Next slide, please, with the numbers. You may not be able to see the numbers, but I got one Indian to give me $1,000. And with that $1,000, I went to different clubs and said, "Will you match this?" There's a girls' school in Karur where they don't have decent toilets. Before long, I had about 6 or 7 clubs give me $1,000. I then went to my district and I said, "Would you match that?" And the district did. And we were able to do a 45,000, which is a 45-to-1 match. Okay? Most of you who do grants know this. I'm not looking for applause. I've done 2 crores of projects in this district alone, projects from Dibrugarh to Chandigarh, from Karur to different parts of India. And I travel around when I do these projects. And every place that I go, someone will come to me and say, "I have a brother-in-law in Phoenix. I have a sister in Seattle. I have a son in Los Angeles." And one night at 11 o'clock, I think I'm in Kodaikanal with Shekharji, and we are talking about this. Next slide, please. And it occurs to me, my goodness, all the people who can fund these projects are living in the United States. I come from the western part of the United States. Next, just click it should advance, is zone 2526. You might recognize some of these cities: Honolulu, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Francisco, Seattle. These are the cities in my zone. Next slide, please. Now in my zone, unlike you, this is our membership. We have gone from 70,000 members to approaching 60,000 in the last 10 years. So here's my idea. You can help me, and I can help you. And here's how I propose it work. Next slide. Our clubs do many, many projects in India. My district is just one example. Your members have friends in the US and relatives in the US. There are 8 lakh Indians in my zone. In my zone, the average American makes $52,000 a year. The average Indian makes $93,000 a year. Okay? The Indians send money to their temples and their mandirs and to their families and to catastrophe projects. But they don't give them to Rotary. If they gave them to Rotary, their 1,000 could be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, 40,000. So if they joined Rotary, imagine what we could do. But even if they didn't join Rotary, we could still get some money from them. Next slide, please. So here's my recommendation. Your club members should contact family members and friends. Tell them what you are doing in your community. Ask for their help. Ask for their contact information and get permission so that we can contact them. To make this simple, next slide. There'll be a website, rotaryreferrals.org. Click next slide. You enter the name and address of your friend and relative, and I'm asking, when I say you, I mean your club members. Enter the name and address of your friends and relatives, and automatically the website will send a letter from you to them. It will give them a link to this website where all the projects that we're going to do are listed. It will ask their permission if someone can contact them to invite them to a Rotary meeting. Hopefully they will come. Whether they come or not, we will ask them to help on the projects. We will have their money go directly into a donor-advised fund at the Rotary Foundation. And we will start to accumulate those monies, and through the national committees that you have, parcel those monies out to you for projects. That is my idea in less than 5 minutes. What do you think? Thank you very much.